I grew up in Portland, most of it on Pearl Street, part of it on Spruce and Park Avenue. Yeah, my dad had a small barroom on Danforth Street, 1 Danforth. It was more of a fisherman's barroom. Well, they bought that place on Danforth Street in 1957, so I was just a kid. It was 3 Danforth, but they combined one building with another, so it became one. And they bought a place from a family named Green, and the place was called Greenie's. Well, things I remember about the place on Danforth, Carlo's, was my Uncle Art always doing some kind of repair, upgrade. He was a carpenter. Always upgrading the place or doing something to the building. And I remember my dad there a lot every weekend. One of my first memories was peeling potatoes. Well, you know, before my mom and dad got to 1 Danforth, they had a place on Pearl Street, 15 Pearl Street, called Boothby Square Restaurant, where he developed a lunch trade there that helped him out when he moved down the street. Had round booths in the windows, had a kitchen off to the side, and we lived on the 2nd floor above it. And Nappy's Bakery was directly behind us. They live above the bakery. That was on Deer Street, which really doesn't exist anymore. As far as some of the people I remember in my dad's place was a woman named Vi, who had like a pot holder, square, rectangular pot holder, that she had all the buttons from the drivers. They would have little emblems of their trucking company, and she had a bunch of them on her pad. It was pretty awesome. It really was. Today I collect embroidered patches from places I visited, so it's kind of my tribute to Vi. My dad's place had a jukebox. Harry Baker was a bookie up on Spring Street. He ran the Recordland. Was it Recordland or yeah, Recordland record store up on Congress Street. But he also did jukeboxes and cigarette machines, I believe, out of Spring Street, where he was a bookie as well. It's pretty interesting. Ruthie, yes. Ruthie was one of the employees there at Recordland. Was that his wife, I think? I think it was his wife. It was an interesting bar scene because it was a fisherman's bar. And at the time, I think there might have been 4 places around town that really, I wouldn't say catered to the fishermen, but they did to a certain degree. You know, let them run tabs and things like that. Sangelo's, Ricky's, my dad's place, Carlo's, and a few other smaller places.
Deep round toward left, the infield overshifted. Here's the pitch. Swung on, belted. It's a long one. Deep into left center. Back for Gianfrido. Back.